Hello and welcome to our weekly update. So during the week, Helen has been cracking on and putting down a lot more of the underfloor heating boards for the upstairs underfloor heating. These are Omni low pro boards. I'll just give you a close-up of them in a little while. What you're looking at the moment is actually the floor in our master bedroom. So that one's complete. We'd already done last week the ensuite, which is now full of the pipe work to actually go into the underfloor heating. We've covered that with ply to protect it. The floor itself has got multiple zones in it. I think there are 3 zones in this room alone, which is why if you look closely you will actually see that some of them don't line up perfectly. They line up as far as the zones are concerned, but visually there is some slight movement cut differences. As such, our cutting room, which is bedroom number 3 over here with Helen sitting there smiling away, has got lots and lots of work. We've just literally been hoovering it and cleaning it up. So as well as the master bedroom, if we just go down here a bit further, past the now moved log burner, the snug has also been completed. So again, Omni low pro boarding, multiple zones again in this one. I think there's 3 zones in here as well. Then on the purchase side, because Helen tells me if we're not spending money we're not progressing, this is actually the granite plinth that the log burner is going to stand on. It's actually on the wrong side of the room at the moment. That's the south wall. It's actually going to be placed just there where the pile of components is. So hopefully you can see that. That's a bit of the Omni Low Pro boarding. So when they actually fit the piping, they just literally lay it down and then step on it, and it gets pressed into those indentations. And underneath that silver foil is actually these grooves. So on the left hand side you can see a groove that's cut to just go straight through, and on the right hand side there is part of the curve which is for the return loops in the boarding.
And you can have 15mm or 22mm boards, and this is the 15mm board, so it's got the smallest rise possible.
Yep. So yet another purchase.
We've got a Myra slate effect shower tray, 1600 by 900. It's got a lovely patterned surface or textured surface, and the drain is at the side, so it's a long thin one. It'll fit down between all the floor joists, so yeah, really looking forward to this one.
Alright, so an update on the ongoing Screed situation. We had a meeting, got out to the site, a representative from the company that actually laid the Screed, representative from the concrete company that provided the Screed, and a representative from the concrete council to examine the Screed. The basic lowdown was there was a problem with the mix. The mix was A, a bit wet, and B, contained clay within the sand. And what they reckon happened was, as it dried, the heavier concrete obviously sunk to the bottom, and the lighter clay on the wet mix rose to the top. And what that caused was an actual crust to form at the top of like a clay mixture. They've seen it happen before. They also tried to blame it on us not ventilating properly and several other things. The remediation at the moment is that we've had to scrape off approximately 2 to 3 mil of the top of the Screed, which was the clayey bit. You can see where it's been done. In fact, this whole room's been done. But where you can see a colour variation, the right hand side was the really clayey, horrible stuff that hadn't set, and the left hand side was the harder concrete, which was much better. This has been done now for about 4 days, and it is now starting to actually set and harden. It's a lot better than it was, but it's still going to take a fair while for it to actually continue to dry out. They also want us to get the underfloor heating up and running as soon as possible. The only problem with that is all the internals for the underfloor heating, like the tank, etc., have got to sit on the concrete itself in the plant room, where Helen is just walking through to now. So when we did an absolute more detailed evaluation of the floor, we thought only the lounge kitchen was actually affected, but when we looked, there are patches of it all over the ground floor. So this is bedroom number 2, and it's ensuite. And as you can see just here by the door, there's a very, very light patch there. That was actually covered in the clay crust and was scraped off last night. It's actually already started to dry off a bit. It's actually lighter now than it was last night when I scraped it. But we've got patches of it all over the place. Lots of it in here is actually fairly hard, but then you'll find another patch just there in that doorway. Same situation, we scraped it off yesterday. And I've actually just put a little fan in here to actually circulate some more air across, in the hope that we can dry it off a bit quicker. So another bit of progress in the utility room. We've now actually got the second Velux actually put in, skylight if you want to call it that. That's actually been fitted. It's propped open at the moment so that we're getting more ventilation through for the Screed. As you can see, it's also got a additional airtight membrane around it, which we're going to have to tack into the building airtight membrane to seal it. So outside, Dave and his crew have been cracking on with the tiling. Most of the roof tiles are now on. You're looking at the south face here, and as you can see, the tiles are all on now around the solar panels. There's a bit of flashing that they need to attach at the bottom, which has got a bit of sticky strap that they have to expose and then just push on to actually seal that properly. You can just about see the Velux skylight in the utility that we were talking about earlier, and they still need to actually just put on the ridge tiles across both roofs. There's one section that you can't see, it's directly behind where the camera is. That has no tiles on it yet. That's because we're waiting for the chimney for the log burner to be fitted so they can actually tile round it.